randomizer. As I said in the first race, I do think knowing how to play a randomizer in another setting does help you out when you're learning a randomizer in a new setting. And I think we've kind of seen it a little bit with these two. They both did they had their mistakes and their inevitable rookie moments, but overall, I think they both played well.
Looks like we're going to get a South Coast start with an immediate candle shop, and that's a cheap Blu-ray.
That is a great shop. A candle, a cheap ring, and well, those arrows aren't a great price, but it's like one-stop shopping. Everything in that place. One shop we have to mark right at start. Love it.
I like it.
And can you give us money? 31? It's the mid-secret's funny because it's the only one that doesn't plus or minus basically the same thing because it goes 25 to 40, but the vanilla version is 30. So 31's good, but it's not great. It's not one of those, oh my god, I'm gonna have so much money. And I always say the mid secrets are the most important. Vanilla 10 on the small secrets too.
Honestly, the vanilla money from First Quest isn't bad money.
It's good money, yeah. 10, 30, and 100, yeah. And there is a setting to do this. I would not be upset if that was just turned on,
I mean, you think about it, even the most poverty-stricken First Quest Money Seed is still going to be better than the best Second Quest Money Seed.
Well, Second Quest Money Seed, because you only have the one large secret, does suffer from that in particular, but also suffers because that large secret can just pop on you at any time. And yeah, I've got 200. I got 180 rupees, and I get a 150 large secret. Well, I just left the whole bunch on the table.
Plus, there's the extra door repair.
Yeah, that's true. You do get a couple extra small secrets, but unless you get a healthy small secret, it's not going to help you that much. Early hints. We'll see if anybody buys those this time. Hints super powerful in this flag set. Only one of our runners bought hints, and we didn't get to see the second set of hints because they came pretty late in the seed.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides sometimes about the hints is you have to get them at the right time.
Yep.
Like, I could see deciding, well, I actually don't think I'd up A and check them now. I'd wait until I have enough to get that 53 rupee hit.
Yeah, I'd want to do a one again, like I said, a one-stop shop of buying all my hints.
Buy all the hints, get told, step over the water to reach the ladder. What?
We'd have to call Fred if that showed up.
I mean, it could if there's another path besides one that requires the ladder.
I suppose that would be interesting. I still don't think it can happen. I
don't think it can either.
Now, on the other hand, if Fred ever did the beatable logic, did a beatable logic like in ALTTPR, where if an item isn't needed, it can block itself. That could be interesting.
Is that why the small key in Thieves Town blocks itself in like 80% of my seeds?
No. There's three types of logic, and there's one where all locations are available. The most standard play is to have all items available. In the sense that the small keys can lock themselves and the big keys can lock themselves, but only if they don't block anything else. So, Swamp Big Key can be in Big Chest, for instance.
Yes.
But anyway, Z1R, we don't have that, so...
Yeah, we barely have logic in this game as it is.
We have combat in this game.
A lot of combat.
As Knife Shifter shows us how, the combat works. And MST down to no money. It's
no money and almost no health.
Yeah. He does get in the Armo spot. That is a very cheap key and a not awful priced meat.
No. But it is our cheap meat, so that does not help. If you wanted to buy multiple meats. Although, I'm not sure why you would.
Yes, there's no 2Q here, so we don't have to worry about multiple meat blocks.
And shockingly, if you put the meat down to do its original purpose of baiting some of the monsters, it doesn't use up the meat.
It's because you gotta have it. The only thing you really need it for is the bait block in 7.
Yep.
Okay, why are we not checking did MST check the Armos up near the Lost Hills already? Because
he might check it on the way back when going for Making his head
I'm
up towards Vanilla 5.
yeah, I suppose that I'm just such team vanilla, team get my Armos item.
How about we just keep swimming? Oh wait, we can't. We don't have flippers.
Yeah, in this game, we have a raft and a ladder, and I've never understood why a ladder gets us over these little, one-tile spots, but a raft doesn't. Why is it that the raft just doesn't do both things?
Well, for the ocean spots, it makes sense because the raft will just float away.
Okay.
In the dungeons, between.
See, now we find a dungeon. Now sea dungeon, dig dungeon. Well, maybe not this. Not if it's ladder blocked.
Sea dungeon is ladder blocked. Refuse to elaborate.
We're gonna try and go up, I think. Okay, Night Shifter's gonna check the Armo, so let's see if it's here.
Survey says, nope.
Nope. Okay.
It's a Western item.
Oh, nice, Any Roads.
Hashtag
something.
best.
I think it's just bombs.
Yeah. Oh well, that's actually kind of convenient.
That's a good Any Road. I would take this. I would check the 4th road and then come back here and go to the Death Armos. Unless this takes me to the Grave Armos.
Yeah.
It does not. Okay. No. Go check the cave. Go check the cave first. Don't leave. This is such a pain in the butt to get to. Otherwise, just knock it out right now.
Yep.
Could be your free candle.
Basic. Ooh, interesting. Gonna take the heart here. Okay.
I'm okay with that because there's a free candle out there. Plus the 4.
Level 5 is a filled-in second quest too.
It's a battery.
It's the Empire State Building.
Okay, if somebody out there in the Discord needs to put this in the Shapes channel of the Discord, because I can't do it until after the race is over.
So what happens if you go in the direct... Oh, interesting. The quarters near the grave. That could be ladder blocked. By the power racer.
Wait, recorder near the grave, ladder block? What?
So you need the ladder to get the power bracelet. And then you need the
oh, yeah, because the power bracelet's on the ladder spot. I completely forgot about that. And Night
Double
Shifter
hint
finding
shops
these
already.
hints.
If I get up to like 70 rupees, I'm begging. I'm doing save scumming to get all 6 hints.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, and nobody prioritized the hints, and in particular, MSC never got hints.
And I kind of understand the whole, well, it takes a bunch of time to get the hints, but when you're this early in, if you get the hints at like 10 minutes, you'll take the hints at 10 minutes. That's all of the 6 items.
We talked the last time about, in the previous race, about just how powerful, in this flag set in particular, without Heart Shuffle and all true hints, it's too powerful not to do it, in my opinion. And and the earlier you do it, the more information you get, right? It's not just hey, silvers are in 1, which is where they were in the last seed. It's there's a boomerang in level 4. Okay, well, there's a boomerang in level 4. I don't have to care about getting the item out of 4 anymore.
Goma creeps with the magical boomerang. Hey, guess what item you don't need to dig?
Exactly. Not knowing, especially that 6 is actually a really good example. Like if you know you don't have to take 6 in particular, or like we just saw the Triforce show up for Metroid MST. If he doesn't get the item here and he grabs that Triforce, he gets a hint that says, magical boomerang in his Dig Dogger, whatever the Dig Dogger clue is.
Dig Dogger gazes.
Yeah, Dig Dogger gazes with the magic boomerang. You never have to come back here. Now, the flip side to that is I get very sad if I don't have a red ring and I get I had this happen once where I got a Triforce 1 room into 6 and they got red ring, Goma creeps with the red ring, and just, okay, well, I'm very sad now because I am not going back in there. Fortunately, Metroid MST did take a death to those Lionels, Night Shifter joining him in level 5.
Yep. So, with both runners in 5, they're kind of taking similar paths right now. Either's got McCandle. Night Shifter has a little bit more knowledge hints. Knowledge of hint shots. Because I don't think Metroid MST saw the same shop.
No, he hasn't taken the any roads yet. Okay, so Bio Lake is an entrance to death. Now, Bio Lake, that could be recorder or raft blocked.
Yes, and there are some spots that count as Bio Lake that you would not necessarily think are considered Bio Lake.
There are. I mean, I know when Fred devised the areas, he tried to tried not to make any one area bigger, super big or super small. But there are definitely ones where I kind of question.
Well, the following locations are considered Bio Lake that you might not expect. Forgotten Spot.
Yep.
The far southwest corner of the forest, that one burnt spot.
Yep.
The top of the waterfall.
Yep.
Vanilla 7, although that one's a little more obvious of the bunch.
The one that I learned recently is I didn't. You know that burn bush that's in that near the forest, near the fairy fountain.
Yes.
Where with the calm one where you have two sides, you have to go down from one side.
Yeah.
I learned recently that's in the desert. I always thought that was in the forest.
So that one is in the desert for the very reason that you just stated, that Fred tried to give some spots a little more relevance, because elsewise in First Quest near the desert is nothing.
Yeah, that's very because you don't have the recorder and unfortunately the river spots. I guess you just couldn't do anything with, right? Because there's like what, 2 river spots, 2 maybe 3 river spots in
technically 3 if you count the one that's north of Vanilla level 1.
Yeah.
Likewise, that burn bush northeast of level 1 is considered by the desert.
Yep. And not by a lake, even though it's literally on the same screen as a lake.
And based on that Hitman handle, it could be there.
Yeah, could be.
Could also be power support.
Okay, at this point, man, oh man, you have 2 keys. I think I just leave it the Triforce. You're gonna get the recorder, theoretically.
Supposedly.
I say you're supposedly gonna. I started to talk about the seed in the last race, but then something happened. There was a seed last year because we had the white sword item was always the white sword in Rookie Rumble 2. And there was a seed where the only spot left in the entire game that we hadn't seen was the raft spots. And no one had found the white sword, so it was definitely on a raft.
Looks like both runners have elected to continue to dig this vibe out.
Yeah, so one of the things that again, one of the big differences I'm seeing with these rookies is just these commitments to these early dungeons. Like, I don't know, if I had gotten this Triforce in level 5, I would be thrilled. I would be leaving and realizing I might have to come back. Especially with the recorder theoretically available. Which, like we both said, it doesn't have to be available. We know it's the white sword item, but it doesn't mean we're going to be able to see it.
Right. Night Shifter seeing Grave Rumble container, so look at that. You don't gotta dig the item out of 7.
That's always fun.
MST is about to find...
unless you're looking for the 10th heart for Magic Sword. There's the hint shot for MST.
Or the game just throws it at you like, here, have this, go away. Oh, nice clock for Night Shifter.
Yeah, I still want to see... I mean, the first person I remember telling me, there's that recorder hint, Fury SK, who won the random percent tournament last year and came in second SG Live tournament last year. So pretty good runner. He's one that would say, yeah, I always prioritize that Armos item.
Yep.
Which, I mean, like, when someone like that says it, I feel like it really holds some weight. So, watching both of these races where neither runner prioritized the Armos item at all. In game 1, it was a wand, which would have been a huge offensive upgrade, especially for Metroid MST, who did not find the white sword that Night Shifter found in level 6.
Oh, and gets boomeranged, Night Shifter does. Yeah, I think I would be making more of an effort to go get the armless item here. Let's see if Night Shifter elects to go back. Out of keys. That could be a problem.
And I also think, you know, it's a part of it is the product of the sword start. You just feel like you can do so much more in dungeons than you otherwise could. But 3 hearts, 4 hearts, you know, no ring, no offensive upgrade, no defense. We're gonna grab the heart, the candle. We're gonna grab the heart.
Both runners are electing to take a heart out of that first taken to guarantee that light sword item.
I mean, we know where there's a candle shop, and there is a free candle out there, so I don't mind the play.
No, I think this is one of the cases where it does make some sense to do. Night Shifter's gonna head back into these Guerrilla rooms to try to clear them out. And this is the kind of tenacity that both helped and hurt Night Shifter out a little bit in the last seed.
Yep.
So it's honestly, I think it's fine to go ahead and go with making the more tenacious stick it out approach again, as if it worked last time, there's no reason to change something up if it ain't broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, that last door repair puts MST, instead of being 9 rupees away from that candle, he's a lot more rupees away from that candle. In fact, 22 rupees, no, 32 rupees away from that candle.
A compass for Night Shifter, but no key. We'll see if he elects to go through the stair.
Has he's seen that room though, so he knows where the Triforce is.
Yep. At some point, we're gonna probably need to see a candle, although candleless seeds can't happen.
Play candleless seeds are great. They don't happen often.
Yeah,
There's the free candle.
All right. That is at the Desert Cave.
Yep.
Not quite, I think, where I expected it to be.
So in this seed, we have Dark Nuts and Moblins on the overworld, which means our Guerrillas, our Wizrobes, and our Lionels are all in dungeons. Now we've seen the Lionels and the Guerrillas have teamed up in a dungeon.
Yes.
Wizrobes will be somewhere else, so at least they will not be with one of the tougher enemies.
That's going to be a Triforce out of 5 for Night Shifter, so... Oh, there's your large
71.
secret.
Okay, so, I mean, I wouldn't call this a out-and-out poverty seed or anything, but money's not good. And one of the
Night Shifter's got enough to buy a candle now.
Yeah, I would if I were him. I wouldn't wait on that at all.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's some really awful spots that the candle, that your wood sword can be. Like the one Death Mountain spot, for instance. I mean, it isn't. We now know it isn't, but yeah.
The southwest, well, we've already seen the southwest corner because of his neighborhood near it, so that one's not too bad. Level 3.
Yeah, normally the southwest one is a terrible... my least favorite spot for the wood sword is probably the White Sword Cave, just because if you die there, you're at your last location every time.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes, you know, the enemy set there can really mess you up. Okay, so
the
we have the
gambling
same...
old dead man does not think the seed is beatable, so, we know Wizards are going to be in the dungeons this time around, so no free dungeoning for you.
So here we go. Yeah, this level 3, we got the compass.
Night Shifter is just enough money to still buy that candle, even with the door.
No, it's. I think it's 59, not 51.
Is it 59?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so okay, so I don't advocate upping out of every door repair. It is the strategy I used when I first started playing, but I wasn't racing. So there's a big difference between whether you're racing and whether you're not racing. It's a good way to have money, but it's a very slow process. Now, that said, and I guess Night Shifter hadn't done this spot yet, so it wasn't the end of his route, but it was the end of MST's route. If it's the end of my route, if it's the spot where I'm going to up A anyway, I'm ready to up A and get out of that door repair if it happens.
Oh yeah, and
so you know that just saves, you know, the whatever it was, 22 or whatever the door repair is here.
Yeah, and would have allowed Night Shifter to get the candle. However, Night Shifter's like, yeah, okay, I'll just go.
I mean, in Night Shifter's case, it wasn't the end of his route because he hadn't gone to vanilla level 5 yet, so it's a little bit different for him.
Yep.
Also, don't pick that up until you've done these bomb spots, or just leave it for later. Nice clip.
And
Of course, it's segmented, because why would it not be segmented? Honestly, given the enemy set in this room and the nice clip to get in, I'm taking that segment every time. I'm taking that transport every time.
Yep, same here.
Good fairy. Now, again, the blue Gurias are theoretically in the health group, which is why they drop nothing in that bomb. That very nice bomb of 4 blue Gurias.
I was about to say, the Gurias being in the health group is really theoretical.
It's theoretical. They drop health when you don't need it, just like bomb droppers dropping health when you don't need it. Also, I don't like bombing these walls when you have a path to go. You know you can take this segment.
Yeah. Generally, you want to bomb walls either when you have a map and you know you can go a specific direction if the wall opens, or if you have nowhere left to look at.
Yep, totally agree.
And look at this room. You can go everywhere.
I would, obviously you take the non-key doors first.
Yep.
And there's the candle buy for Night Shifter. And I would just leave this room. You've already got the Triforce. This could be the heart, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Could be the map, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But if going down in the transport room gets you the item, then you can just leave and never care again.
Yes. Instead, you get to go back to start. And clear this room again.
Well, we got bubbles, so you don't have to clear this room again. But he's going to have to clip into the transport or kill that room again.
Yep. Actually, it's this room that he's going to have to clear again.
And I'll have to clip around the Triforce again. There is a room down below. I don't blame him for not checking it, although I feel like you might be able to bomb into it from the start spot.
Either that, or you might have also been able to walk in with the start spot. There was definitely a door there. Of some kind. Whether it was open or not is another matter entirely.
Yep. Well, Night Shifter doing his forest checks.
A little bit of a monetary difference between the two, but honestly not bad. Nice bomb usage for these Gurias by MST. Gets nothing for it.
I do like that trying to bomb the Gurias at the same time as bombing the wall.
Yep. Being efficient with the resources is important.
There's another room that, again, I'm gonna get keys out of this and stuff, but you're just spending so much time on low health, low weaponry.
Could be looking for the map, though.
Let's see if maybe the map. Key is good.
Yep.
And you got a fairy. The Gurias actually living up to their health dropping name.
Night Shifter has now found a level 3.
Join MST in this dungeon.
Like the use of the bomb.
There's the map. Okay, so we've only missed one room at the bottom. Is that one off the start? But yeah, when I was doing the recent Battle Royale, the Master Apprentice, and I drew us in my ear, it was a lot of time, one of the things I told him is, if I'm clearing a room I shouldn't be clearing, you let me know. So sometimes I still hear it, Like, I'll be just playing a scene on my own, like, you could hear it, skip this room, skip it.
The approach that I ended up taking was just asking, okay, what are you looking for from this clearing? What are you hoping to get out of it? If you can't answer that question, don't clear the room.
Yeah, and you had just been a master in the Master Apprentice tournament, to be clear.
Yeah.
So.
So that was the advice I gave, was ask yourself why you want to clear the room before you clear it. I don't think Game 3 between
No.
these two is going to be tonight if it happens.
I know Metroid MSG in particular isn't one to stay up super late beyond. Yeah, that door is open. Go. Maybe he rechecked that room. I don't know.
You might have, yeah. Night Shifter got the Triforce, but is coming back in wanting the item.
Okay, and Metroid MSG picking up the Triforce. I don't know if this is he just doesn't want to spend the keys up there, but you've got 5. Spend them. How many do you need?
Well, depending on how level 9 decides.
I mean, to be fair, like it could be a key star seat. We see that, but it's the classic. I don't know if you've ever played Final Fantasy. It's the classic elixir play in Final Fantasy, right? You have the elixir, but you don't ever want to use it because what if I need it later? You know? Yeah, I would have absolutely spent some keys there.
Oh, I've done that before with I think it was actually Zelda 2. Why would I cast life and heal myself? I might need that magic when I find Thunderbird, and then I find Thunderbird and immediately die anyway. It's like, if you cast life, you would have been fine.
Yeah. Actually, we've seen it also in with potions. We've seen it a couple times in this tournament, and I've seen it, and we've all seen it in other tournaments. Not using the potion, trying to save it up for Ganon, and then you don't even use it for Ganon.
Yep. Also, really, really good combat by Night Shifter to not only get all those blue Gurias down while on half a heart, but managing to pull 4 hearts worth of healing out of those blue Gurias.
And we find level 7 on Metroid MST side. Ugh. Okay, well, I mean, we're gonna pirouette. So he did listen to me. Now he knows how to do this pirouette.
Hey, the
bomb
bombs
shiny bomb upgrade. Shiny bomb. Oh, he's not gonna take it.
I'm saving that. Like, I'm leaving that for when either I need bombs or I'm about to go to 9 and I want to bomb refresh.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad play at all when you think about it that way. Yeah, let's see what's in this. This is gonna be. I bet this is she bombed up. We're gonna try bombing to the
left here.
Left here, and that bombs. Did he go?
I want to check the stair at least first.
Yeah, me too.
Like, what if that's your item? And then you don't have to do any of this.
Yeah, I totally check the item. Or check the stair. Hi, Wizrobes. We didn't see you in game 1. I mean, we did. They were in the overworld.
Yeah.
I mean, once seeing Wizrobes in this dungeon, if the okay, unless the room below this bombs to the right, then that has to be a transport. But if it is a item, and I see Wizrobes, I'm not coming back here for a long time.
Yeah, no. There is something to be said for taking the strategy of I'm going to go into some of these harder levels, I'm going to get my item, and I'm going to come back when I need Triforces because...
Yep.
Wait, no. Hold on. The item in here is Heart Container.
Yeah, I don't think MMC knows that.
Oh.
I think Night Shifter knows that.
Wait, I thought both of them got the hint because it was in 5.
Oh, that's true. No one's bought hints yet. It's gotta be. Yeah, okay. So he's gotta know this. Then yeah, I'm not touching. Yeah, no, just out. I'm out. I'm not touching this dungeon. Like, don't get me wrong. I like heart containers. I will pick up the heart container when I find it later on. But at 4 hearts and you've got Wizrobes? No, just leave.
Sometimes the best play is to run away.
I mean, it's level 7. It's you can't get that. You don't have the ladder.
I mean, if Link could swim, that would help.
Okay, if this bombs... Oh, God.
It does.
Okay, see, now... That could be your...
go get the compass now.
Yeah, go get the compass. I want to know what's in that stair. Now, you're right. It's going to be a heart container. Thanks, game.
Okay, this I don't like.
Like, there's nothing... Yeah, there's nothing... Yeah, you've got... You've got Gibdos and Pole's Voice without bow... and Wizrobes, and yeah. This could be...
And I do not like saying I'm going to save the key and skip the compass.
No, completely. Yeah, definitely. I'm grabbing that key every time. I mean, grabbing that compass every time. Unless I'm planning on coming back with ladder. Which I know isn't here, because I know there's a heart container here.
Yeah, but even then, like, I understand wanting to be key conservative, but there does come a point where you can be too key conservative.
Yeah, at 6 keys, yeah. I think he's being too conservative. We're going to check this, and he's not going to take it. And it could just lead to the room below him, because unless he did check the staircase and we just missed it.
Does get the block clip to get in, but oh. So we'll see if he elects to spend the key here.
Meanwhile, Night Shifter's made to the segment of 3. We'll see if he's only got 1 key, so it's a little bit harder for him to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and open these doors.
But he may be able to get a key here as long as he can stay alive.
Yeah, so I feel like I think there were some keys in this dungeon that MST has picked up.
Yes.
But
yeah,
remember,
I think MST is being a little too key conservative.
Yeah,
right
I totally agree. Yeah, remember when you were talking about how you start bombing when you either have a map and you know there's a room on the other side, or when you're otherwise at a dead end. I think the same can kind of apply to keys, especially when you're deep in a dungeon. And you know this level 3 where Night Shifter is right now, you're kind of deep in because you've gone. For a small dungeon, this is pretty deep in the dungeon. I'm using my keys. Like, even if I just have 1, I'm using a key. I'm going to try and use it as smart as I can, in the sense of, sometimes there are better choices in terms of what looks like will, unfortunately, taking that death to the Guria Boomerang. There are better choices, like maybe the more central door to try and open that, to hopefully you only have to use the 1 key.
Right.
It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes what looks like the better choice isn't. But until I have 0 keys, I have the goal of whatever item I'm looking for, I'm spending them. I mean, sometimes you spend 1 key and get the any key.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 1 or 2 keys, yes, I understand being key conservative. But honestly, level 3, usually you can come out pretty key neutral. And again, in MST's case, it's worth spending a key to get a compass because you need the Triforces to be the game. You don't necessarily need the key.
Yeah, totally agree. And oh, by the way, we still haven't found the Armos item. There's that one-stop shopping shop again with the candle, the arrows, and the.
Yeah, I really do think the Armos item is a product of Disney Start with Wood Sword.
Yep, totally agree. Oh, those potion prices are yuck.
Yeah.
84 for the red being the better price is never a good place to be.
No, it's not. How about a heart instead?
I'll take a heart. I mean, I very rarely take potions out of take any's. With those prices, I would consider it.
Usually, if I'm going to take a potion out of a take any, I've already got the red ring, the white sword item, and I've written off magical sword.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's I know I'm not going to see it, or I'm playing in like something where I know it's more than like 11 hearts.
Yep.
At that point, I'm writing off magical sword, and I'm just going to take the potion.
Yeah. Now, I think it's a little early in this case. Like, I don't blame MSC picking up the hearts just fine.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think you take the potion until your 3rd or 4th take any, unless again you're in that situation of you know you're not going to get the magical sword.
SG Live 2023, you're capped at wood sword. Hey, level 2, maybe that'll have something nice. Let's pirouette that door.
Well, I don't think you're going far.
Yeah, I mean, we can try bombing. I don't. Yeah, after the last level 2, I don't blame him for trying to bomb these. I would consider trying to pirouette these. Yeah, if you're gonna check these anyway. Oh, we do get a hole. I would have pirouetted those.
Yeah. Night Shifter's still in level 3 looking for this item.
And so by pirouette, you can. Hey, there's a free heart on the floor. Yay! If you go to the direction of the wall you want to open, in the overworld, the game gets confused and will open that. If it's a key door, it'll open the key door. If it's a bomb wall, it'll open up the bomb wall. And you can save bombs that way and save keys. But yeah, it looks like this is Goma blocked, everything but the heart container. But yeah, now he's got to hope to get a bomb drop. And he does get a lucky global from the Moblin, so that's good.
Yep.
Night Shifter continuing to beat his head on this level 3. At some point, I think you gotta cut bait.
Yeah, and I think this is where Night Shifter is going to go ahead and just cut out, saying, nope, this 3 is no longer worth it. Or wait, gonna go ahead and not buy arrows.
Yeah, at that price, I can see waiting. It's always a tough decision whether to buy arrows or not, because you know, I don't. If I have the bow, I'm gonna want to prioritize arrows. But when oh, hi 9 in the forgotten spot.
I guess it won't be forgotten today.
Not hopefully not. But yeah, the decision to buy arrows, and then you find silvers right after. That doesn't make me feel too bad. It makes me feel worse if I don't have a bow, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So if I'm sitting there with just arrows and I haven't fired a single wooden arrow, and suddenly the silvers show up. Now please, please, please go check the Armos spot before going. You're one screen away from the Armos. Go check it. Oh my god.
We need to know what the Armos is. I would.
Inquiring minds
6.
want to know. It's 1Q. It's shape 6. 1Q6 is actually not that big.
Yeah. That's one thing that I'm hoping. This that is one benefit, I guess. Of, I mean, even if you have a sword natively, because the sword is near here. Even if you have that sword natively, you still want to go check what the Armos item is. But at least check to see if the Armos item is there before you go into 6.
Yeah. I mean, white sword, wand, red ring, any key, although MSD has 6 keys. Meanwhile, Night Shifter went for a refill, is back into 3 again. There's just so many good items that it could be. And even if it's a bad item, it's knowledge, right?
Knowledge is power in this game, as we all know.
And
I could see Night Shifter saves. I could see Night Shifter saves coming here, but honestly, Night Shifter's just taking so many bops from these Gurias. The health is a little concerning.
Yeah, it's down to 1 heart again.
And MST is pulling off this Patron, just wood sword, no rank.
Yeah.
Emos to boot.
Come on, you got this. Nicely done. Now, please leave the room before you get hit by the BOs, because you do not want to have to do that again. Wow, and another Guria final dungeon.
Night Shifter is getting some good berry drops here.
Oh no! The fairy just eluded him, and he takes the boomerang to the face.
Fairy's the ultimate bait.
So painful. It is. It absolutely is. It's the worst when you're in a whiz robe. You're bombing your whiz robes on 1 heart, and there's a fairy floating around, and if you go after it, you're just gonna take damage. Now this room could be a push block.
Yes. And also the Gurias, generally, for as annoying as they are to fight, they do like to group together.
Yep.
Really good clock for Night Shifter, and here, look, we have a push block.
And of course, it is the transport.
Now, I think if I'm Night Shifter, I'm gonna go for block clips, and I'm gonna leave one alive.
I don't think we've seen him do a block clip. I'm not sure he knows how to do it. That's one of the things in this tournament. You're gonna get, there's quite a variety of abilities in this tournament. Not everybody knows all the clips and stuff. Oh my god. I'm not sure that was supposed to be a candle boost. You did get the key.
I think it was actually, he was taking advantage of the fact that the finals were bunched up against the wall.
I think so.
Night Shifter is through and is now in the room north of the map.
Yep, has the map, which helps.
Probably looking for some health out of these Gorillas. The bombs are not bad either. And if you're gonna half tile the Gorillas, you want to have it where the Gorillas is to the left of you, because then you will not get hit by the overhead.
Yeah, that goes for any projectile enemy too. Oh, this room,
Yes.
oof. Moat room with traps and no ladder, and we're ladder blocked, and we have to up beta start because you can't kill all those Gorillas. No projectile weapons.
And you're not gonna spend 1.5 million bombs to do it.
I mean, you can't because one of the Gorillas too far north is above the second river.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, another item that could be at your Armo spot, one screen to the west. The ladder. Yeah, could be the ladder.
Nope,
or
ladder's
it could
at
be 3. Oh, that's so big for Night Shifter. MST not willing to use the keys is missing out on this ladder in 3. Not good.
Yeah, I think... Honestly, I think Night Shifter's Perseverance in 3, that is a huge payout for it.
Huge payout.
And that's the thing, like, sometimes you gotta know when to... Sometimes there are times where you just gotta cut your losses. Other times, persevering through does work out. You really just have to kind of feel out what you think you want to do.
Yeah, and the funny part is, like, I don't think anyone would have blamed Night Shifter for saying, you know what, I've taken too many deaths of this already, I'm going to give up on it. Whereas MST was getting through it pretty well, because he was able to block clip into it in the first place. But just wasn't willing, he had like 3 or 4 keys and just wasn't willing to spend them. You take this.
MST
take
sees
it.
the book.
Take it.
Gets the book, has the maps.
That is a small 6.
Yeah. It looks kind of like Atari ET.
It does. I played that game.
But it's not ET the Priest.
You know that that they actually went and proved that there are actually a bunch of ET Atari games buried somewhere in New Mexico.
That's fantastic. The Night Shifters will see that they are bow blocked out of level 2.
Well, if he bombs everything, he'll know he's bow blocked.
I think Night Shifter's going to go on that on a reasonable assumption that it's bow blocked until he gets the book to confirm or deny.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I tried MST up to 8 keys.
He's still not. God, you've got 8 keys. What are you saving them for?
Well, okay, you've got a free passage here, so I can understand saying I'm just gonna go back one room and take the whole.
Oh yeah. That's true. But like, at some point, you spend some keys.
Yeah, like there's key conservative, and then there's a little 2 keys.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if MS2 ends up losing this race, this being way too conservative on these keys is it's costing him. It's costing the ladder, and, you know, it's... Even if the ladder ends up not being required, it just makes everything so much easier. And the ladder does block the power bracelet. We don't know if there's a power bracelet. I mean, that's required.
We know the recorder's by the grave, which could be power bracelet block.
Could be power bracelet blocking, and we don't know for sure we need the recorder either, but sure is handy to have.
Oh yeah. I mean, all it needs is one Dig Dugger block, and guess what? Your recorder block.
Yep.
So, when we talk about resource management is not the same as resource conservation.
Yes, I agree. Yep, absolutely.
Because when you have 1 or 2 keys, yes, you want to be conservative with keys. When you have 3 or 4, okay, you can start spending a little bit more liberally. Once you get north of about 5 or 6, key doors kind of stop existing for a little bit. I have gotten up to 10 keys in a seed before because the game was just throwing keys at me and constantly giving me ways to get around key doors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in this case, yeah, okay, you take the way around the key door because you want to clear that room anyway. Here's a shoot room.
And we have to up A because we have nothing to shoot the Lionels with.
The candle will not reach far enough.
Nor will the bombs.
Let's see what MST does here as Night Shifter finds level 7. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick moment to track that.
Yeah, this level 7, as we said earlier, we know it's got a heart container. Only +2 on the bomb upgrade. That's unfortunate. Let's see what's in this staircase that we never saw on MSD side.
It's unfortunate, but it is well timed, and that's a case where I think it's better for Night Shifter to go ahead and just pick up.
Did MSD not kill the Aquamentus? I guess we saw that. We did see the map. Okay, and there's that heart container. It is the item.
I think Night Shifter picking up the bomb upgrade there made a lot more sense than if MSD were to pick it up when he found it, just because the bomb totals were different enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now you'll never need to purchase a bomb upgrade to go past an old man. The only time you can have to clear an old man room to go past it is if it's a meat block or a leave life or money.
Yeah, well, I'd say only the mugger rooms technically, because the meat blocks aren't old men, unless I think if you're playing with an enemy sprite, they might be old men, but not sure.
It can be an old man if you're playing with the enemy sprite. It can also be a Zelda.
Okay.
Which is sometimes fun to see. Hey, you gave Zelda the meat instead. Another moat room here for MST. Oh, this is the Triforce room.
Oh, that would be so bad.
Let's see. The heart.
The heart. Okay, well, can't take the heart.
You're gonna burn it.
Could have had the ladder if you spent some keys. I have no sympathy.
Dagger along the coast. Both runners know where 5 is.
Yeah, we've already done. We've been in 5.
We've not gotten the item though. Ooh, really good bomb. And good clock for Night Shifter.
Yeah, especially with that Pole's voice and no bow.
Fine, Dig Dogger.
Yep. Okay. Oh, there's a ladder block there. And a key door.
Might be able to get around it.
Might be able to get around it.
Sure yet.
It might be he has to spend the key to get around it.
Well, I mean, if you got to choose between leaving it done because your ladder block is spending the key, I'm spending the key.
Well, so am I, but we've already seen example. It's not doing.
Another bomb upgrade.
Yeah, that bomb upgrade. Yeah, like there's a big difference. Like the 1 in 7, you make a really good point. It's level 9 does level 9 things, and having a bomb upgrade, one room from start of a dungeon that you can record her back to, when level 9 does its level 9 things, is pretty cool. And we spent a key. We spent a key.
Down to 7 keys.
And that's the other thing. You spend a key, sometimes you just get it right back.
There's the Triforce in 6.
Yep, we're done with 6. We've seen the heart. We've got the item.
Night Shifter's still in 7, doing some work here. Gonna like not to spend the key now. This makes a lot.
He's got one key. It makes sense. Okay, can we go to the Armos item now, please?
Let's see. It is the. All right.
I'm done.
That's it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So, short MST hoarding his keys.
Only to get the any key.
Gets the any key that he could have had 2 minutes in if he just prioritized the Armos. Oh my god. I have nothing. I have nothing.
Well, you see, you never know. Like, you never know when you're going to be in a key-starved seed. But when you got 8, yeah.
If you have 8 at any point in time, it's not a key-starved seed.
Yeah. The seed will tell you if it's key-starved or not, because you won't be able to do anything. So I think that would be the takeaway from this early part, from this part of the seed, is that when you have a few keys, being conservative is perfectly fine. When you have many keys, it's perfectly fine for you to spend a little bit more liberally. That's part of that resource management and resource balance, is knowing when you can really afford to just spend keys and ignore locked doors, versus when you have to be a little more careful about it and be more selective.
Now, I don't give Night Shifter a full pass either. Now, he's been spending his keys a little bit more liberally. But he still hasn't gotten the any key that's sitting there in the Armos that would have made it so he didn't have to think about it.
Oh yeah, no, like that's I think what I would like to see is like the overarching takeaway across all the races is just because you have a wood sword doesn't mean you just dig every dungeon as soon as you see it. There's still a valid reason to prioritize the Armos item, even though you have that sword to start instead of you're also looking for the sword.
Yep, I think that's well said.
Level 4. That's hard. Night Shifter's one part away from being able to pick up the magical sword and hasn't really gone out of his way to look for hearts either. So
it's the funny thing I've noticed in Heart Shuffle is sometimes the hearts just come. I'm sorry, in not Heart Shuffle.
Yeah.
Sometimes the hearts just come anyway. They're just there.
And in this case, oh, hi. There's level 1. Is that Pac-Man about to eat a pellet?
That's a dilapidated Pac-Man about to eat a pellet.
It's the Atari version.
There you go. There was, for those of us that grew up in the 80s, there was a time where every single sitcom that showed a video game on TV had the Atari Pac-Man sound for reasons. It didn't matter what they were actually playing. It was always the Atari Pac-Man sound.
Suddenly a sitcom is playing Doom and it's just, instead of the sound of the bullets firing, it's just Pac-Man eating things.
Yep. I don't think Doom existed in the 1980s, but yeah. Okay, no reason to clear this room because you just picked up a heart.
Yep.
There's nothing more it can do. It cannot. You will not. Again, it's not remove most open staircases. Ace, if there's a drop on the floor, it will not open. And it was a shutter door.
Hold on. I can actually give a little bit of a pass on that one because you don't have to deal with that room again coming back through. So if you take a death later in this dungeon, like that, you don't have to deal with any of the enemies in that room.
Now, that room that he just took a death in, I would just skip and come back for if the game tells me I need it.
Yeah. Especially if you don't have, like, if you have 8 bombs going in, I can see at least giving you the shot. But with this little bomb count, yeah, I think you just skip it. Or at the very least, you try to spawn manipulate it some to get the number of blue wish-outs down. And
and of course, we have vanilla enemy HP, which is kind of one of those double-edged swords, right? Because you're not going to have, the enemies won't be rolling up, but they also won't be rolling down. You do get a compass out of it. We will have to go to the segment. I'm not sure, given how small this dungeon is, I'm not sure the compass was worth the death and having to come back and, I don't know.
It's probably worth the information of knowing that the floor drop isn't in that room, but still. This room, it makes sense to clear because, well,
there's a shutter door.
Drop, there's a door. Even though you can probably get around the door.
Yeah, and it's an easier room. It's not a fast room, but it's definitely an easier room.
How about an Aqua Menace, though?
I kill an
white sword.
Yeah, nice. The white sword.
See,
2 more hearts, we get magic sword, but like the white sword.
Well, Metroid MST hasn't seen nearly as many hearts as Night Shifter has yet. And by nearly as many, I mean one.
Oh, he saw one he couldn't get because he wouldn't spend a key to get the ladder out of level 3.
Ah, yes. And Triforce and 4 for Night Shifter.
Nice.
I did not see an item on Night Shifter's side, so may elect to go back in.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much been trying to get items out of every dungeon. I bet he goes back in. Like both seeds, he's been really hard committing to getting those items. MSC not taking the transport. I like this call to wait on the transport and do these other 3 rooms first, hoping to find one of your items.
And to be fair, there is certainly something to be said for being very thorough and commit and checking all of your dungeons, especially when you don't have a recorder yet. Once you have a recorder, it's a little bit easier to gamble. But certainly, like, there's nothing necessarily inherently wrong with doing that thorough check of every dungeon. At some point, you'll be able to start to figure out, okay, when can I gamble, when can I not? Level 2
All
is
right.
near the desert.
Were we seeing? Okay, again, another push block. Yeah, this is going to be the transport here. Do we have wall masters in this dungeon that MST's in? Because the way he walked through that one completely empty room. If there are wall masters in them, we wasn't gonna see them.
They're all wall masters.
So that could be. Looking at these rooms, I think that's where the floor item is. But I think we cleared everything.
No, we've already gotten the floor item.
Oh.
We're looking for a stair item.
Looking for a stair. Okay, never mind.
Because the white sword was on the floor, guarded by.
Right, the white sword is okay, and white sword all the offense. So the heart's probably there. Okay.
The heart was picked up earlier.
The heart was in there. Okay, you're right. Okay, so we're good. We're good.
Yep, we're good.
Just as an aside, always check your wall masters if you're still looking for something on the floor.
And be careful of getting clocks in wall master rooms.
But in this case, especially if there's a shutter. In this case, MST did the right thing and did not clear it. And we'll grab this Triforce and be done with this little itty bitty level 1. Night Shifter is back in 4 like we expected. Looking for the item. We need a bow and we need silver, so it's a small dungeon.
Hopefully it's gonna skip this main handler. There we go.
Yeah, you've already got the Triforce. The best you can get there is a heart. Wizardrobe's also in 4.
And I like this. We're seeing a little bit of spawn manipulation to try to get rid of that Wizardrobe.
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't see on MST's side. Kill the easy enemy, leave the room, and hope.
Big shield!
143! Oh, surely there's a cheaper big shield out there. Oh my god.
Oh, there is. The cheap big shield is 70 to 90. Oh look, another big shield.
Oh my god. Well, he and I have had this discussion. I don't mind the big shield purchase in general. I mind it when you're spending, an extra 80 rupees or whatever. And I don't think we're seeing
buy the 160 rupee shield in vanilla?
When I used to buy the big shield in vanilla, I always got the 90 rupee version.
Yeah. That's the weirdest shop in vanilla too, because it barely exists. Okay, look at this. The spawn manipulation paying off for Night Shifter.
Yep, this is gonna push. This will be the item since we don't have a segment.
And hello!
The bow! We need that.
This is starting to look kind of similar to Game 1, where MST is building up a little bit of a Triforce lead, but Night Shifter has a big item advantage right now.
Yeah, huge item advantage. The fact is, I think Night Shifter has stayed in dungeons a little too much, and I think Metroid MST hasn't stayed in dungeons enough. And it's a tricky balance, right? You're not gonna get it right every time.
Right. If I'm Night Shifter, I'm very tempted to go buy arrows and go to
I'm buying arrows immediately. I mean, there's a shop right at start. You've got the money for it.
And one of the things that sometimes, well, now you no longer have the money for it.
That's another reason why you just do it right away, is you're gonna lose money to those door repairs anyway.
And one thing that, well, here's level 8. I don't know if we saw this much on MST's side.
No, I don't think we've seen much 8.
One thing that you can often at least attempt to do is, when you have the resources available to do it, lean into the advantage you get from an item pickup. Like here in MST's case, I'd be going to the recorder spot if I could. I would be looking for ways to take advantage of that recorder.
Yeah, we just got the recorder. It was not power bracelet blocked. Yeah, I'm a big fan of get item, use item. If I get a raft, I want to see the raft spots. If I have a power bracelet, I want to see the power bracelet spots.
Naturally, if you're in the middle of a route and you don't want to lose your spot on the route like this, okay, I could see where you want to keep your route intact. But there are certain cases where, yeah, if you pick up an advantage, you want to press it.
All right, did like the try on the gambling game. Big fan of if you're low money, you might as well. You do get a large secret here, so up to 71.
Let's see where Night Shifter's gonna head.
Gonna take an any road somewhere.
They are headed back to the waterfall area. Interesting.
Maybe he's going to Death Mountain this direction?
If you're going to East Death Mountain, I could actually see that being pretty viable.
This is more of a 2Q route, right? You know, or a mixed quest route where you want to check those river spots.
Yes.
We don't have to worry about those spots in this flag set.
But it's still not a terrible route if you want to go East Death Mountain first and then cross over to West.
So this level 8 is 2Q4 exploded. It's just a bloated 2Q4. It's got the 2 rooms in the middle. It's got the D shape.
No, this is Pac-Man.
I mean, there's no wrong answer. You know, that's my opinion on Shapes Dungeons. You know, it's just people being creative.
Wait, if this is expanded 2Q4, then does that make it even worse than 2Q4?
Sure. Well, I mean, it's level 8. It's Shapes 8. Shapes 8 is bad, you know? It's got 2 items. Yeah, it's 2 items and a heart drop. It is basically the same. The only difference is there's no walk-through walls, which I don't mind. I don't mind walk-through walls. There's no one-ways. That's 2Q4's one-ways, and the mugger is guaranteed to be in there. Right.
And don't forget the one-way door that leads literally to a solid wall.
Yep.
That's
the the 2Q4, the door out of the room where you get the raft. If you skip the raft, you know, first of all, how the difficulty of just getting to that point, right? Where you have to get, you know, for me it was, you know, my brother and I were. This is about when my brother quit the game. I finished it. I went and killed the Darknet room just to get the map, to see that there were 3 rooms behind the Triforce room that we hadn't seen yet. Figured out that the raft was, and then my brother went in and did killed the stuff to get the raft. But, you know, imagine if you don't get the raft and you leave that room. It's a one-way door. You have to go back and do it again.
Well, not only that, but you have to walk past the Triforce to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to take no deaths, right? Because there's no, you literally, there's only 2 ways to leave. Well, 3, I guess. There's 3 ways to leave 2Q4 in vanilla. Get the Triforce, die, or up A. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't leave. The dungeon won't let you out. All right. In the meantime, let's see. Night Shifter is in the grave area, so we'll find. Should have just found his recorder.
Yep, just did. MST still digging out this 8.
Now, unfortunately, I'm going to guess that Night Shifter is not going to do the world wrap. This would be a really good route to do that from. But we haven't seen Night Shifter show any sort of clipping or scrolling, so I'm just going to assume that he's not going to do that. And it's perfectly okay. You don't need to be able to clip and screen scroll and do all those fancy tricks to win a seed here, to win a race.
Yeah, the only time I've ever seen it potentially required is in that one really broken seed that can't be rolled anymore because it was fixed.
Was that the one that Pirate Chief found on last Friday?
Yeah. Where you gotta, like, go through 1,600 different hoops just to be able to find the dang thing.
Yeah, I watched you play a little bit of that. It was pretty wild. It definitely made the rounds.
Yes, there is a map for it out there, supposedly.
Oh my god.
Level 8 proving to be long, as expected. Level 1 for Night Shifter, this is a good find.
Yep, really good find.
Combat.
Up A, get our health back.
Night Shifter, I think, has seen all the levels.
Yeah, I think so.
I could see doing 6 while you're up here, and then going ahead and buying yours going 2.
I like it. Okay, so there's a raft outstanding that's got to be in either 2 or 8, or yeah, 2 or 8, because we got the items out of all the other dungeons.
5 is still outstanding as well.
5 is right. We didn't get the item out of 5, despite quite a bit of time spent in level 5 early.
Yes.
So the raft has to be in one of those dungeons. It's starting to Silver's being in 9 is starting to look like a pretty decent possibility. Now we still have a lot of, it's just a slightly higher possibility just because the raft can't be at 9.
It's 50-50 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items missing.
Yep.
And 4 available slots because we know the raft cannot be enough.
Oh, there. Okay. Yep. There we go. 50-50. Now we haven't gotten any extra hints. Like we've gotten very few hints from our runners in either seed really. We've seen exactly 1 hit shop over 2 seeds and only by 1 runner.
Yeah.
Sorting down these Pole's voice a little bit better when you have both a white sword and a wand. You have to be careful. We have no ring, so still do 2 hearts of damage.
That chip is going to elect to leave 1 here.
And that shield purchase. Oh, that's a red ring.
Red ring.
I was about to say that MST was not going to be buying a blue ring. Well, now he's definitely not buying a blue ring.
And that puts our odds of Silver's in 9 at 66%.
It does. There's one more item here in 8, and then an item in 2, but one of them has to be the raft.
And at this point, if you're the runners, you want to see anything but the raft.
Right, because if MST gets, let's say the wind boomerang is we've seen the magic boomerang in 8. Okay, so let's say the wind boomerang is the item in 5, and we go back and get it, or the item in 2. That automatically puts the raft in level 5, right? Yeah, 2 and 5 are what we have left.
And that automatically forces Silver right to 9.
Yep. So the old important items in 9. I really wish we had a better term for that. Magic sword for Night Shifter. Which is 10 hearts.
Not insignificant actually. Because that's going to help Night Shifter's combat out a lot, which seems to be one of the places where they sometimes struggle a bit, is getting things killed. And these odds shouldn't change for MST, although MST might... Well, there we go.
Well, there we go. We don't have to go back to 5. That's really good knowledge, because I don't mind digging at 2, right?
No, 2 is short and easy. Could be in the coma room for all we know.
And it actually, let's see. So he knows if he knows that 5 is in raft is in 5. And 2 is Goma blocked. That should tell him that the bow has to be in 4.
Wait a minute. Has MST seen 4 yet?
I'm not sure he has.
Because MST
he's still
5
looking.
thinking, okay, I need the raft, but I would probably just explore the overall.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to grab that raft until I've exhausted all my spots.
And I like this. Shifter's now deciding, okay, with Magical Sword in hand, I'm going to go ahead and tackle this one.
Yeah, the items here won't be as big for him because he has that Magic Sword, and because so the White Sword will do nothing for him. But Wand is still nice.
Yeah, it's an extra little combat boost, and it works in bubble rooms, so you're not necessarily going to turn it down.
I'm not sure I've ever turned a wand down. I think maybe the only time is like if you're deep in 9, you're just looking for Zelda type thing.
I did once in a seed pre-9 where I found the wand at like 20 minutes in, but I already had bow, arrows, White Sword, and the bubble curse was inverted controls. So I'm like, okay, well,
wood arrows could be hard required.
they could be.
I
Actually,
think
they
they
are
are.
no matter
They
what.
just are. Yeah, because we need them to get through too. And unfortunately, MST, this was a situation where I would not. Oh, he never found took the Eddie roads. Oh my god, we found those like 2 minutes into the seed. But yeah, I said earlier I like the gambling when you have like 10 rupees. I like it a lot less when you have 90 rupees.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, MST gambling there has not taken him out of wood arrow range. And if he's been keeping track of his items properly, he should know that those wood arrows are going to be required. Silver's either in 2 or 9 at this point.
Night Shifter will likely figure that out in the near future. As he does 1 and 6. Might still think that 8 could have the silvers, but likely I would assume with this money, go ahead and buy the wood arrows, go to 2 first.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And if I'm not mistaken, the Triforce was pretty deep in 8. I think Night Shifter will run into the items on path.
So MST 7 was weird. He went in, saw a staircase, elected not to jump into the stair at all, then saw the compass and elected not to spend a key to get the compass.
Yeah, for those of you that are late that missed the earlier parts of this seed, MST was hoarding his keys, just wasn't willing to spend them, which cost him, in particular, getting a ladder out of 3. Oh, that's right. MST doesn't have that knowledge because he doesn't have the ladder out of 3.
But he's gonna see the bow here and be like, cool.
And there's another heart he can't pick up because he doesn't have a ladder.
Which also means he can't get the magical sword yet.
Also, that wall master. Oh well, he would be able to get the magical sword if he had picked up the heart in 7. But that wall master a lot harder to avoid because you don't have a ladder to get in this moat.
Yeah, this is.
There's no reason to kill this room though because the drop is there. There's nothing.
And unless you don't want to deal with it on the way back.
Yeah, that's fair because you get the bubbles. The bubbles will preserve the room. Unfortunately, Night Shifter taking a death in the Triforce room of 1.
But we'll be able to get back there pretty quickly because a lot of these rooms are already going to be cleared, or he'll just skip.
So at this point, MST should know that bow and ladder are in 3 and 4. Not in that order, in fact, but
yeah, but
no, sure why he bombed that wall.
You could make the gamble on ladderless at this point if you're MST.
I mean, I think for him to have a chance, he might have to.
Well, Night Shifter still got to do 6, which isn't a small dungeon.
No, 6 was pretty beefy.
And has to do 8.
Also beefy.
And these deaths are starting to pile up a little bit.
Bombs are not going to work on Pulse Voice.
Even though they do in other games.
I mean, in some Zelda games, you just play your recorder in the Pulse Voice room and they just all blip.
And in this one, in the Famicom version, you can shout anything you want to say into the microphone and they will die.
I mean, it was so weird as a kid, the mistranslations of some of these games, but like I just, once I learned that it wasn't the recorder that killed the Pulse Voice easily, but instead the bow, I just said, well, the bow makes a funny sound. That must be what they're talking about.
Where the sound of the arrow was just at the right frequency.
Yeah, Oh, I unfortunately Night Shifter's already left level 1 and can't see it as I read this comment, but level 1 is the command prompt for C. I like it.
Alright, SSH, insert IP address here. Crap, it said I need a password. What's the combination of my luggage?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Both from
nope, that didn't
MSC.
work. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, cool. Now
We can change one number.
Night Shifter now in 6.
6 has the book, which would be nice for the maps, but not hard required for Night Shifter.
Yep. MST is going to have a problem in terms of not having the money for wood arrows.
Yes, he needs that. I mean, he could do the gambling game again and hope this time it works out, but...
Night Shifter might actually have a little bit of a faster 6.
Well, he's going to use keys, because he's got the any key. And he's got the ladder, so he can go over these ladder blocks. So yeah, I actually would expect... And Magic Sword, like, all that combined, I would expect a different, a faster 6 for Night Shifter.
And I could see Night Shifter gambling on this item, given that he's got the recorder in hand.
Yeah, you're running out of places for the silvers to be. We know it's not here, but...
Although Night Shifter has shown to be very thorough, so...
Yep.
Perhaps we'll go ahead and just look for the item in here while he's here.
Okay, where's Metroid MST going? He is going into... Get money! Okay, now he... Yeah, up A, go get your arrows. Okay, don't go get your arrows. I mean, there might be an arrow shop near here, but, like, there's one right on... Literally on the start screen.
Yeah. Oh, a Night Shifter buys the second bomb upgrade.
He's got the money for it. Oh, does he have the money?
Now
is he not
below arrow money?
He didn't buy arrows. Oh, no. I mean, gosh, he's close. I think it's 89. Or is it 90 something?
Well, he's also still got to do 7 and 8, so it's not like he needs to get the wooden arrows immediately.
It's such a good offensive item, though. I mean, I guess he's got magic swords, so it's not so bad. Like, even a Pole's voice goes down to 3.
So where do you go now if you are Night Shifter? Probably 7 or 8, I guess. Because you don't have the money for the wood arrows.
He's taking a page out of my book. See shiny bomb upgrade, buy shiny bomb upgrade.
And
on the other hand, I wouldn't.
3.
On the other hand, I would have had wood arrows forever ago in this seed. Yeah, I mean, it's the only place. Well, I would have gone to 2 first if I were him, but like, he's got to know that there's something here. He's got the keys to open it.
Well, he might be thinking that, oh, I can just get arrows here. Because ladder doesn't have to be here, ladder could be in 2.
Ladder could be in 2. This could be silvers, yeah. Well, he's got money he'll have money, and on the other, and he will have money for wood arrows by the time he gets out of this dungeon.
If I could buy silver arrows, I would buy silver arrows. I don't care if it costs 55.
Oh my god.
I mean, I would naturally try to find them, but if I ever had 255 to buy silver arrows, whether I'm buying silver arrows.
Didn't that seed, that broken seed, have like silver arrows or something? Or was it a bow you could buy? I forget.
You could buy a bow for like 92 rupees or something. You could also take a bow out of a take any that had a magical sword and upside down.
That's okay. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, you pushed that before Metroid MST, and we're back into the battery of level 5, which is gosh. Night Shifter doesn't know that there's a raft in here that he doesn't need.
Right.
So he's gonna dig that out. I don't like going back into a dungeon that you already have a Triforce for before going into dungeons that you don't have a Triforce for, unless those dungeons are blocked in some way, and they're no longer blocked.
The Shifter knows he's got to do 7. He's got to go back to 7 to get that Triforce and do 8.
All right, there's Magic Sword for MST if he wants it.
Well, at this point, it's very far out of the way for MST.
Yeah, I don't think I would go get it at this point, but it wouldn't surprise me if he does. I mean, you know, they put the Magic Sword at 10 hearts for a reason. With a lot of our newer runners.
With Red Ring and White Sword, I'm absolutely not getting it. Well, that was a pretty quick dip back into 5 for Night Shifter, actually. So, not all that bad, all things considered.
Not as bad. It's certainly not as bad as it could be. I mean, and on the other hand, you know, we do have a Wizrobe infested 7 that both runners have to go back to. So, knowing that Wizrobes are in dungeons, does make me want the magic sword a lot more than, you know, caring about it for, yeah, if you'd spent keys. If you had spent keys.
You would have had this.
You would have had this a long time ago. And if you had gone to the Armos item, you wouldn't have had to spend keys, because you would have had the any key 5 minutes in.
So, where is Shifter headed here?
Hey, you're done with 3. There's literally nothing else to get here. Alright, where is Night Shifter headed? That's a good question.
Oh, Shifter's only a couple rupees away from having the arrows, so it might just be killing some enemies to get the arrow money.
Okay, now MST, go buy arrows.
MST?
Go buy arrows.
You're not gonna buy arrows, are you?
He's not buying arrows.
Actually, you need at least 90. You need at least like 100 rupees.
Right, because you need to fire the arrows at the Goma as well.
MST's at 5.
What?
Going to go into 5?
You know the raft is here, and you know you don't need it. So, oh my god.
MST's seen all the dungeons. I mean, MST was
did
in
he
7
not?
and 2 earlier.
You know, maybe he didn't see the hint, if that makes sense. I've seen that kind of thing happen where I remember, yeah, like
the text pops up, but you don't actually read the hint.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. There was a Rookie Rumble race last year where somebody was looking for silvers in 9, and they had the silvers lie elsewhere.
This is why you need to read the text. Okay, Night Shifter in 2. Honestly, knowing that I didn't know that there was an arrow shop right next to 2, so now it makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, Night Shifter exactly where he should be in level 2.
Trying to get some multi-hits. But the hitbox for Goma is skewed to left. Yeah, nope, that's bow blocked.
that is a shape.
It's
one of those
snake.
linear 2s.
I would be digging this 2 out even with a Triforce midway through. Because, I mean, at this point, it's going to give you such good odds up or down on 9. And sure, Night Shifters has a couple items left still, but it's just, I think it's just worth it. The opportunity cost, if you're wrong, is very low.
Yeah, I would full dig this too.
And MST is about to get the raft.
Now, it suggests in chat that MST might not use something with a hint decoder. He uses paper, so there's no decoders there. Although,
yeah.
You know, I mean, to be fair, if I were tracking with paper and I didn't know all the dungeon bosses, I probably would have a list for myself.
And not just dungeon bosses, but vanilla dungeon bosses.
Yep. And there's nothing wrong with tracking with paper. I know Fred tracks with paper. He's the one that wrote the randomizer. Scytown is another one does paper tracker. He won the tournament in 2022, you know, so... Like,
Jake Hopper does paper, and he won a Still Live 23.
There you go. There's another one, yeah.
Actually, he uses more of a laminated map. It's kind of... I've seen it in person. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't seen him track while racing, but...
Because, yeah, you were mostly racing him.
Yeah. But watching him do some practice, I've seen it, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that's right. Scytown does use the laminated map, but like the point is, they're not using the electronic trackers that have all the bells and whistles. Yep. They're using pen and some sort of paper, right? Metro MST back in level 2, but did he buy arrows? Did we miss him buying arrows? Go get your arrows.
He doesn't have arrows. He's like, really, dude? Why do I need this? Hopefully, he wrote down where an arrow shop is.
There's one at start. There's a closer one as we saw on Night Shifter's side, but
oh, he's going to the arrow shop, so I'm pretty sure he wrote down.
Okay, we're good.
So really, the difference now between the two runners is going to be 8.
Yeah, Night Shifter still has to do 8. They both have to get the Triforce out of 7. Whether Metroid MSC knows that there's a heart container in 7 or not is questionable after he went back into 5 for the raft.
I do think at this point having that red ring has really helped MST close this gap and now take a lead.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that.
The thing that's hampering Night Shifter here is the same thing that hampered him in Game 1, is just the deaths are piling up.
Again, that could never push because it dropped the map. And I think there was a shutter door, so, you know, pushing that block just not going to work.
Yes. Just because it works in Zelda Classic doesn't mean it works here. Because there, all the rules of Zelda 1 don't apply anymore. Like, you can't force bombs.
Alright, it looks like both runners. Let's see. Yeah. MC not even... Oh, he's going to clear... Yeah, okay. Not going to clear the room. I like... You know, there's no reason to clear the room until you're going to come back for the Triforce.
And for both runners, but especially in MST's case, it makes sense to take this, because MST is now in a state of... Okay, so either this is silvers or it's a 9. The opportunity cost, again, is just so low.
Yep. Assuming he knows that there's a heart container in 7. Now, actually, no, I go back to that Triforce room. What I would do in that room, I would kill all but one of the Lionels, so that once I get the item out of here, I can up A, and then when I get back there's just one Lionel left to kill. If you kill all the Lionels, then they're all going to respawn. But if you leave one alive, then the ones that you've already killed will not respawn.
Yeah, good news, folks. The item in 2 is also ladder block.
Oh, it's good that Metroid Embassy went and got his ladder.
Yeah, really.
I mean, granted, this doesn't mean the C's ladder blocked until we see what this item is.
Whatever it is, it's well guarded. Which means it's probably the boomerang.
Yeah.
Now, I would be a little more willing to use bombs here with the magic sword in hand, just because if they're going to group that much. Or even the... Nah, I wouldn't use the wand necessarily. In MST's case, I get using the wand.
Yeah, wand is great. Wand with wand fire for these rooms is actually really good.
Yeah.
Christ, all the Chevys.
See, it is brought to you by...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and it's the red candle.
So
red
silver's
candle's
a
a nice.
boomerang.
Yeah, red candle's a nice item, but it's a much nicer item at like 5 minutes in than it is at an hour 27 minutes in.
Well, it does help you with candle boosting if you want to get more candle boosts off. So
yeah, no, I mean, I still like. In this case, I would still pick it up. I might not go down a staircase to pick it up, but I would pick it up on the floor every time.
I have been known to get a decent amount of flack for not picking up the red candle. I'm like, oh, I don't need this, it's red candle. And then I just end up dying because I could have candle boosted or miss a burn spot.
Yep. Or especially in a 2Q situation where you're trying to candle boost through some red bubbles.
Yep.
I'm also of the opinion, if you have to do any kind of shenanigans to skip an item, don't. I remember watching Fred play one of the seeds in the tournament this spring, where he really didn't want a boomerang that he'd rolled rap to on the coast, and tried really hard. Had to eventually up A, because I mean, you don't have to pick it up. You can go around it, but it was really slow and long. And
I've seen Sidetown do that, actively avoiding hearts. I've seen Zarnax do it to actively avoid a heart on the coast.
And MSG's still not going to check this stair.
Nope. Let's see if MST gets the compass, though.
I mean, he could clip to it now. I think there was something nasty in the next room.
Just a blue wardrobe, but with white sword, that'll go down pretty quick.
No, with red ring especially. You definitely didn't have the red ring last time here. We're going to clip this. And now there's no reason not to open the...
But now he's not going to go and clear the room for the compass! Oh, no, he is. Okay.
Okay, he remembered. He remembered. But now he has to clip it. Oh, he can use the wand. It's fine. No, he just wanted to bomb up. Oh my god, MST, no.
Doesn't spend the key to get the compass when he's here the first time, and then just ignores it this time.
He's forgotten it's there. Like, there's no question. He's just completely forgotten.
That's the only way you don't get it. But Night Shifter doesn't have it either.
God. The Night Shifter doing 7 before 8, so MST's gonna have a decent lead into 9.
Yeah. Although you could make the argument it doesn't actually matter what order you do the dungeons in. Oh, they're both in the Triforce room.
Yeah, no, and you're right. It doesn't matter.
Wait.
Okay, pick MST. There's a heart container in here. Either get it or don't get it, but don't forget that you saw the hint that it's here.
Okay. Night Shifter's off to 8. MST's off to 9.
Okay, MST not going back in for the heart container, which is fine. He doesn't need the heart container.
Yep.
Just don't go back to 7 looking for silvers. As thorough as Night Shifter has been, I do think he's going to dig the items out of 8, but I think the items were basically on the way to the Triforce, so I don't think it's going to cost him time in terms of what it would, if he skipped the items.
I think the red ring definitely was, which is going to help a lot. That's a 9.
I hate
you got to stare to.
God, I hate these little tentacle-y 9s like this. And yeah, I hate it when there's like a immediate one-off. So there's at least one staircase that just leads to that room. And that room, I could have a compass, I suppose. We don't need the map. I could have a map.
What, you don't want to go to the fingers of 9?
No. And we get an immediate again. I thought I heard a roar. And maybe Zelda's in the next room. This could be it.
Boat rooms are not the easiest, but there's a problem here.
Yeah, we don't have silvers.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we bombed into the room so we can walk right out. Sometimes the fastest Ganons seem to always happen when I need to look for something.
Well, that's how it works. It's the same thing where when you don't need an item in 9, the first 2 stairs are the items.
Well, there's the map that we don't need because we have the book.
Hi, Aqua. Bye, Aqua. And, well, there's a boomerang.
And, yeah, the first staircase was an item. Just not the item we want. Oh, hi, Zelda's room. Bye, Zelda's room.
Zelda has been replaced by enemies.
You know one of the worst feelings is when you get locked into Zelda's room, and you know there's nothing there and nothing can drop it. You just have nasty enemies. Night Shifter sees the magic boomerang. Southwest. Okay, well that'll keep Metroid MST out of 7 if he doesn't remember that there's a heart container there.
Southwest of Skull. Instructions unclear. Went to level 10.
Okay, no reason to clear this room though. I mean, I guess it could have a compass, but like, you need to find
that's about the only thing you could want out of this.
Now, unfortunately, that arm in the middle on the left side, some of that's still in the southwest.
Yeah. It's not the ideal spot for it to be.
No. Oh, this could be it. This could be it.
Is it? Gonna clear the room first to see if there's a compass.
Make sure that nothing drops here. I mean, it could be the compass. Compass could be there.
Let's see.
And it's the silvers. Okay, we got silvers. Now we can go kill Ganon. I would go to the left one room just to see if there's a shutter door.
Yeah, I would too. Night Shifter gonna get the red ring now. This is not over for Night Shifter yet.
I mean, yeah, this is a big 9. Still need to find Zelda. Okay, so I would have up-aid. Although I don't know if Metroid MST has a potion, so you might want to keep his health, and I can respect that. But I absolutely would have checked that next room.
Yeah.
Because if that's Zelda, then you just have the girl, you have the beast, you have the silvers. Actually, in his case, you have the boy, because right, it's he's playing Zelda, so he'll be rescuing Link.
I like the I do like this choice from Night Shift to say, forget the heart. I'm going for the Triforce. This could still be pretty close.
I mean,
Night Shift.
We've seen races where the player that kills Ganon first doesn't win because Zelda is just hiding that well. Now, on the other hand, that shutter door could lock her right now. Like this could be Zelda could just be in the next room.
And Night Shifter is going to have to go kind of the right way. Honestly, if Night Shifter takes stairs, that might cause him to spend a little bit more time finding the silvers. But could find Zelda on the way.
Yeah, it's one shot. Also, Night Shifter has Magic Sword and MST does not. And he's only got 2 shots. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite room to fight Ganon in.
Yeah, and I don't think he has a potion, but does get a little bit of a stun lock.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it was a couple of stun locks when Ganon changes his position in what looks like a stun lock. It's not actually a stun lock.
Yeah.
Every time you hit Ganon, Ganon wants to teleport either to the right or the left, and it just means you've won the coin flip of which side he went to. But maybe Zelda's right here.
Let's see.
Or Link. Maybe Link's right here. Nope. It's just a staircase.
If Zelda were in the staircase room, I
guess
think
what?
Problems.
Guess what, Elsoa? We have another one-off room.
Oh, beautiful!
There's another shutter door. It did not pop.
Alright. Night Shifter's gonna find Ganon quick.
Yeah, Ganon was very easy to find.
So this will be good for Night Shifter. Gonna like not to try that door just yet.
Oh, baby. Looky there.
Zelda. Come on. So, I don't actually think this is a bad idea for Night Shifter to not try those bomb walls just yet. It could be because you can't kill Ganon anyway. So it doesn't necessarily do you any good to try to find a path to Ganon right now.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I mean, it helps, but it's not required, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I hope both our runners kept track of a meat shop.
Yeah, for real.
There's a good... I mean, we know the 2 of our staircases go off to one-off rooms.
And this is the hint Night Shifter needs to see. I think this is going to keep Night Shifter in this arm for a while, which is going to get him the silvers. This race is a lot closer than it might have seemed a couple of minutes ago when Night Shifter was behind by an 8.
Oh yeah, he got through that 8 really quickly. I think he's close. I mean, just the Magic Sword has closed the gap, I think.
And as Chad has pointed out, MST has no bombs.
That's a problem.
And doesn't have the money anymore to buy that bomb upgrade at the beginning of 7.
Yeah, it was like 100 and something. It was well over 100 for just two bombs.
It was 100
Northwest. Okay, so he's in the right area. But no door here. Killing the virus, virus are bomb droppers. They're usually better bomb droppers than that, though. This could be it. No, it's not. Jeez.
So, Night Shifter has the silver arrows. Might not be aware that you can bomb into Ganon's room.
Oh, that's a problem. I mean, there could be a magic staircase to get to the other side, but there is a staircase to get to the other side.
We know that the staircase on the other side of Ganon is a transport, but it looks like he's going back. He might actually try it.
I mean, this has got to be it right here. Yeah, this is it.
Yep.
Oh my god!
It's a shoot room!
Oh no! Oh no! Okay,
it's a shoot room!
And he has no bombs! You need to bomb down, maybe, or there's another staircase!
Yeah, you gotta bomb. You have to bomb down.
Kill the fire! Kill the virus! See if he drops bombs.
Oh my goodness, if Night Shifter can pull this out because of bombs, it's insane!
Okay, reset the room.
Oh, but Night Shifter's in rough shape.
Oof. I would have reset that room, see if the virus comes back.
Wow. Alright, so...
Okay, so this is still not over. Still not over.
Hold on to your butts.
We don't know whether you can bomb down there or if there's a magic staircase or both. Like, it could be both. It doesn't have to be both.
It could be neither. Wait, no, neither doesn't work.
Well, something has to get you there.
Okay, here we go.
This could work. This could work.
This should get you there because I think we saw a door to the south.
Yeah, I think we've been above.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, for real now. You can get those GGs out in chat. Metroid MSD finishing with an official race time of 1:39.56. Oh my god.
Well, that was exciting. And now we get
way to make it exciting by putting my Night Shifter looks like he's going to continue. He's close enough to the finish that I always like to see runners finish if they can.
Yeah, you're in the Ganon fight. Honestly, this is a pretty good place to stand for Shifter. And it seems to be cooperating a little bit. Kind of stood on top of him there, but only needs one more hit. There we go. Ganon goes down.
Now he gets to have the fun of finding Zelda in a shoe, and in the shoot room.
Oh, this is okay. This is actually kind of nice. Try to bomb out of Ganon's room if you can.
Yeah, I think that's a good play.
Because you're basically kind of gambling that Zelda is not in this room if you do that, or at least seeing what your options are. And the flute theme was Judgment Day from Final Fantasy VII.
I don't know Final Fantasy VII, so that would be why. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I recognize some of the tunes just because they come up often enough. But that one I didn't know offhand.
I don't know most of the Final Fantasies.
Yeah, I'm a pre-7 Final Fantasy. I played a lot of 4 and a lot of 6 in particular. And there's that bait.
The lovely bait. That you can't bomb out of. But this will put Night Shifter on the right path. I want to say the hint was somewhere up around here.
Yeah, Night Shifter with bombs. We'll find. We're probably gonna find out whether or not that wall was bombable.
Because Night Shifter might actually just see. Nope, he's gonna go this way first. Well, if he takes the stair, he will not. But that's okay. Because this ultimately is going to lead around to Zelda anyway. Yeah, because this door will open. And he'll be like, hooray! I've won! Oh, wait, what? What is that? Alright, let's see if this bomb's open. Nope. So he's probably thinking about a stair at this point. Nope. Cannot bomb into the room where Zelda is.
Okay. It is only the magic staircase.
But it's gonna up A.
It's gonna up A. He's gonna be further away.
Unless he's gonna try to come into that. Well, no, you can't bomb into that room either, right?
I think that entire bottom is blocked by Zelda's room and an old man room.
Yeah.
Right. And Zelda's room, as in the room she normally is in, not the one she's actually in.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, chat mentioned you can't ever bomb into Zelda's room. If a Ganon kill is required, that is true. If a Ganon kill is not required, then yeah, there could be lots of ways into Zelda's room. I haven't seen. I think the last time that setting has been on, or possibly I want to say 2020 random percent. Yeah, I think it was the last time you had. I think it was 50-50 that you had to kill Ganon.
Or some of the BRs have it off.
Yeah, I mean, but those are kind of different, you know. I mean, as you and I both know, some of the BRs have weird things going on, and there was another word I would have really liked to have used there, but I won't use it on. Yeah, Rick would be very unhappy if I use that on Speed Gaming. So
I don't think you can turn Farfadugan into an adjective. No stair here. Hopefully Night Shifter kind of heads back to that corridor stair that he saw earlier.
Yep. Yeah, I think there was a week. Yeah, there was a weekly. Several months. I think it was before the main tournament, where there was it was a 50-50 whether Ganon was required.
It probably wasn't weekly, because I know there was one point where they were doing the weeklies with flags from previous tournaments.
Mm.
And they did include random percent. This could lead down there, actually. Because we've only seen one staircase, but there could be more.
That's true.
Nope.
I think we saw this staircase. I think this gets you close. I think it's might be the room directly to the right of this one that has the staircase he needs.
Yeah, there's the hint.
Yes, first he's seen the hint.
Or was it this one to the right here?
It's definitely... He's near it. He's definitely near it.
Yeah. Because I know he saw a corridor stair and elected not to take it. He's gonna head back to this room. Check for a staircase in here. Hopefully you remembered to mark that as a stair.
Alright, I've just heard from Metro Embassy he is going to decline the interview. It is pretty late for him and going to bed, but I have... Sadly, you all won't hear it, but he and I will be chatting at some point. You're not getting away with it.
This is it. This is the stair. Just gotta go to the left. And there is the door.
It's the shoot room.
Yep.
What a pain in the butt.
GG's Night Shifter.
GG's Shy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Metro MST going to bed. It's late for him. I will have a conversation. To be clear, he's a good friend of mine. I am allowed to give him crap. We'll use the nice word, or the nicer word. I have questions for him, but we'll give you questions instead.
All right. Fire away.
So yeah, I noticed in general just a persistence in dungeons. And sometimes it paid off, and sometimes it didn't. Even with a lot of combat block and a lot of deaths, you just kept going at it. We saw that in 5 a little bit, where there ended up being nothing required, but in 3 it really paid off.
Yeah, it's the gamble I personally take. I like. There's just sometimes I like going when I get into dungeons. Especially if they're out of the way, not a lot near them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a long way from start. I don't like to just run away from them.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I just dig in and just go.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I'm going to give you a hard time with as well. Armos item. Both seeds. You could have had the wand maybe 5-10 minutes in. Game 2, you could have the any key, 5-10 minutes. You both waited for a long time to get those items. Now, MST was hoarding his keys in Game 2.
Yeah, like, had 6 keys, saw the compass in level 7, elected not to go get it because it was required spending.
Didn't have like 3 or 4 keys in level 3, didn't get the ladder out of 3 first time in, little things like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that you at least were spending your keys, and not hoarding them. Because there's recently. How did you put? Also, I want you to say it because you had a really good way of putting it. Management versus.
There is a difference between resource conservation and resource management.
Yes, conservation. That was the word.
When you're low on resources, resource conservation can be a good thing, like choosing not to take key doors, choosing not to take bomb walls. But when you're flush in resources or they're abundantly available, then management may become, you know what, I'm just going to choose to spend keys. I'm just going to choose to spend the bombs. I'm going to choose to ignore conserving this resource for now and go back to conserving it later if necessary.
I think you did a better job in general of that. It just occurred to me you didn't know for sure silvers were in 9 because you never.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I was willing to take the risk on silvers in 9 because it was either go back to 6 or where there's only 1 item, or going to 9 where there's 2. So I decided let's take the gamble, and you cannot believe how happy I was to see that hint and be like, "Oh, I am going the right way too."
Yep, I bet.
Oh yeah.
That made me feel really good that I did not gamble on 6.
Yeah,
because
6
I was
had the
thinking
book.
about.
Yeah, as you might have figured out. Yeah, 6 had the book. Which I think you you got the map out of 9 relatively quickly, so it ended up being not too big a deal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back to game 1 because that's the one you won. I'd kind of rather focus on
game 1.
What even happened in game 1?
Game 1, I can tell you what happened. Game 1, I was going along, and at one point I just got super frustrated with everything, and I said, you know what? Screw it. We have white sword. We have red ring. Let's run. And that's when I just started going Triforce.
Yep.
Got the heart out of 7 because I was trying to get to the Triforce and found out that it was ladder blocked.
Yep, that's right.
And was like, oh, really? Went back to 5 and got the ladder because I knew that's what was. I knew the item in 5 was behind that Patra. Yep. I knew it and I hated it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. It's something I think you get a better feel for as you play more of these seasons. I don't think it's a bad thing to necessarily leave a dungeon because it just the combat is slow or difficult or both. And
so once I got the ladder out of
quarter, was going to be available. So yeah.
So once I got the ladder out of 5. I was like, okay, coast item, which is a heart, is right there. That put me to 10. I tooted, got my mags, went back to 7, flew through 7.
Yeah, magic sword's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised I won that first one. I really am.
Really, I think the thing that helped you out the most was you had the white sword for so much of that seed, whereas MST I don't think ever got it. I think they went straight to magical sword.
Yeah, he went from wood to magic. You got the white sword in 6.
Yeah, sometimes
5-10 minutes in,
yeah,
the
sometimes
white sword is less. I feel like it's a less good item in this flag set because sometimes you get it with 8 hearts and then you're picking up magic sword a minute later.
But when you find it, it's a boon.
Yeah, exactly. You found it early enough that it really did make a difference, I think. Especially given that you both left the wand at the Armo spot for as long as you did.
Yeah.
Not intentionally, but the way I break the world up into sections, and unfortunately Death Mountain is one of the last sections I go to if it's not one of the nearest things I start next to.
So it just, take this as however you want, but some of the top players say they beeline that Armos item because it's just, if your opponent in this case it didn't matter because well it mattered in some sense, but like you both waited on it, so no one was getting a disadvantage from it. But you know those top players will tell you don't want to miss a white sword, a wand, a red ring, and any key, you know, while your opponent has it for you know 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes before you do. So,
Yep.
you know, that's just my piece of take it for what it is.
And the other thing is, one of the things that the Rookie Rumble does that not every race is going to do is the sword start.
Yes.
So when you don't have that sword, prioritizing the Armos item becomes a case of, you already got to go look at open caves anyway to find your sword.
Yep.
Prioritizing the Armos items kind of kills two birds with one stone, where you're looking for open caves for your sword, and oh, by the way, you might pick up a white sword or a wand on the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
but
yeah,
I did like how in game 2 your start screen had a shop with like all the things you would care to possibly pick. You know, the candle, the blue ring, and the arrows all right there. One stop.
And then the game made you buy arrows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Made you buy arrows.
That's what was killing me with when I was like, okay, it's time to go to 2. Oh yeah, right. Money hasn't been a premium this seed.
Yeah, and then you bought the bomb upgrade, which you knew was 2, and you know I'm often see shiny bomb upgrade, buy shiny bomb upgrade, so I can't blame you at all for doing it. But it's like, wait a minute, and also I was like, wait a minute, no, he needs arrow money. He hasn't bought the arrows yet. And so
yeah, that was yeah.
Look, the shiny things are shiny, and we like shiny things, but sometimes the wooden thing is the more important thing than the shiny.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. But I'm pleased with the split tonight, especially since I wasn't playing my best. A lot of unnecessary deaths. So I'm glad I at least picked up the split, so I have a chance tomorrow night to win the series.
All right, is that race already on the schedule?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's take a look. In fact, I think this might be the end of the scheduling for tonight, so let's take a look at tomorrow. Let's see.
And I will say real quick while you're
nothing
doing that.
Nothing the channel yet, but yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
This is the first time I've ever seen the two of you run, and both of you looked like you performed really well.
Well,
there's just a couple of little things that we saw, but honestly, as a whole,
here's the thing. This was my childhood game.
Mm-hmm.
Got an NES when I was 5, when it first came out, and Legend of Zelda was one of the first games I played religiously. I eventually got into the randomizer, and then last year I took place in the Rookie Rumble.
Okay, yeah, remember you saying that last time.
But what didn't do too hot that last year? Went 0-3 in groups, and then just missed out on the last chance qualifying.
Yeah, I remember that seed. I called that seed.
but in the past year, I've had a lot going on, and probably in the last couple months or two, a lot of my stressors in my life have settled down. So I'm finding I'm able to when I'm playing now, I'm a lot more focused. I'm a lot more in tune with my randomizers, what randomizer I'm playing.
Okay.
So I'm not surprised I'm doing better. I'm happy I'm doing better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I know tonight I played suboptimally. Glad I got the 1-1. Looking forward to tomorrow night.
All right. Well, good luck to you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to add? Either one of you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Just thank you guys for being on call. I hope it was entertaining.
It was entertaining for sure.
And oh yeah, such a rude Zelda in that second seed.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
you know, the shoot room of doom.
Yep.
We saw that, and we were like, "Oh no, hold up."
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that pop up and I was like, "Oh yeah!" And then I went through and saw it was the shit lane. Actually, I said something I can't repeat on there.
I think that's a fair word. Whatever,
Yep.
whichever swear word you chose to say was probably appropriate. All right, we do. Yeah, your match is at. God, I hate military time. 7:00.
Yep.
Eastern tomorrow night. Channel to be determined, but I know they're going to prioritize Game 3, so I would expect it to get a channel. Again, good luck to you on that one. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's pretty much going to do it for us. Want to thank Diesel Pilot for tracking Game 1 and Kamiun Runakai for tracking Game 2. And also, it's always a pleasure to do commentary with you.
Absolutely, and thank you, Tracy, for taking time out of your day to commentate what ended up being 2 incredibly close and good races.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they had their moments, but in terms of close races, they were fun and they were good races, and I hope you all enjoyed it. But yeah, that is going to do it for us. Keep an eye out on the SG schedule to see what channels everything is on. There is nothing else on the schedule for tonight. So it will be tomorrow night before the next race comes on, and yeah, keep an eye on that schedule. And we'll see you then.